Today we're going to be doing, these are one of those bottles from Hobby Lobby. So we're going to be using this with some transfers, some fine line crackle, and of course I think we're going to be using one of our beautiful cameos from our cameo collection. I'm going to go ahead and just give this a coat of chalk paint. We're going to do that fine line crackle, so it'll be fine. I'm going to make sure this is good and dry before we apply our fine line crackle. I'm going to go in with our fine line. You have fine line crackle comes in two parts. You have part 1, part 2. You want to use 2 very dry, clean brushes. If they're even damp from washing them the night before, don't use them. Okay, so we're just going to go in. We are going to add part 1. It's like a glue-like consistency, but you do want to make sure that you get it fully covered. This is good. We'll let it cool for just a minute, and then we'll dry it one more time before we add part 2. So I'm gonna let that do its thing, and I'll go back in and dry it a little bit, but I at least want to do the front and the back with this fine line, just so we're not sitting here forever just watching it dry. Good morning, Deanna. So your fine line, I always say it's like a champagne color. And it almost gives like it almost floats like resin. But you definitely want to make sure that you completely cover your surface. That's what it looks like. So y'all, as this dries, we should start seeing the cracks coming in. I usually will let it cool a moment. Set that to the side while it's doing that. This is from one of the trimmings molds with IOD. Again, you can get that in Mara's store. I'm gonna grab a paper towel. We're gonna paint that and we're gonna wax it to go on the side also. I'm thinking, okay, so let me think about this for a moment. I'm thinking we're gonna use portion of this one. So, do we want to do this trim? I think I want to do it. I'm going to paint it black, and then we're going to do a gold wax over it. I'm going to go ahead and just figure this right in the center, because that's where we're going to cut it. The ends where we just cut it, just so you don't want to see that bright white sticking out, right? So we've got that. I will wax it once we get it on here. Oh goodness gracious, y'all. That is exceptional crackle, for sure. Okay, you can kind of see those cracks. So we're just gonna be using this portion of the transfer. That is really hot. I want that to cool off for just a moment. Okay. I almost do want to put a little bit of wax in the middle there, y'all, because I do want it. Well, hold on. I've got this large cameo. Oh. Okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Now I don't want to put this wax right where I'm going to glue these. So we're gonna do the wax on the outside, and then this is where you're gonna see it come to life, okay? We applied the transfer over it. There, you can really get in there and see it. It's so pretty. The camera makes it a lot brighter, but so it's a process, but it's worth it, right? We are going to get these molds glued on here, and then we're going to add some more of that. That wax. Just sit and hold. We are going to come in. We're going to use, I think, this big one. I had pulled a couple of the small ones out, but this large one, this is in the antique bronze. I think that'll be gorgeous. I'm going to wax this. I'm going to wax this really quickly. We're going to get our wax in here. Here's the thing, we don't have to be super neat because we use that fine line crackle, so even now I can get closer, but we are coating our, I want that all on those edges. Now, I don't know about this, but we'll see. I like to add just a little extra something here. And it does fill in those gaps. Okay. We're going for it. And you know what we could do? We could tie a key or something to it. So we're gonna add, oh, the cameo is so beautiful. So pretty in there. I will find some piece to go on the top to cover up that hole. I will find a round bling that works with that for sure. Okay, so where are we touching here? A little pokey tool, but we'll see if we can get this on here without it. Sometimes I'll go in and I'll cut it a really pointed end initially. Once I get it where I want it, I just tie, not even necessarily a knot, I just tie a little tie in it. Okay, so there's our little key. You do not have to, you can totally eliminate this if something you don't like. I do. I just think it gives it another little something on there. But we use the fine line crackle with the gold antique paste. Again, that's Pintart on my TH Decor and my Linktree. We added some of the IOD trimmings mold along with the brocante transfer. And of course we use the gorgeous Totally Dazzled antique bronze cameos and the mini crowns in the antique bronze. And the key, of course.
Totally Dazzled sells sparkling rhinestone wedding supplies. Check us out at totallydazzled.com. But before you do, click up here and download our free printable sparkle quotes. Or click down here and watch one of our other awesome tutorials.